soccer or football for dummies. But by the way, yeah, that's an S. Sorry. Uh, so basically, soccer. So I'm a referee for soccer, so I know what I'm talking about. I passed the test, easy peasy. Now, soccer. It's a field, all right? The inside of the field is green. Sure enough, let's just redo this. So the field is green. The field's green. So, yep, there's the field. It's green. And there's end lines, so the outsides, there's the lines, there's a box, tinier box, circle, center circle, and then it's mirrored on the other side. Now, trust me, not all of this is drawn to proportion, but basically this is what it is. Let's just fix this real quick, because yeah. But this is the field. Now, if you can see this part right here in the center circle, it's called the center circle because it's in the center. Thank you. Not that difficult to remember, right? Now, in all of the corners, there's little like semicircles, right? They're semicircles. They're semicircles for a reason. So, in the corners, there's flags. That's when you take a corner kick. And a corner kick usually swings in, and you try scoring from it. Now, you score when you put the ball in the back of the net. But here is the most difficult part for people to understand. So, the sideline ref, over here with his flag, calling stuff. Usually the flags are red and yellow. And this guy helps the center guy, which is the ref, and he calls things that happen on the field. Now, offsides is so there's the goalie. He does not count for offsides. It's the last defender. So say Billy right here is the last defender, and Carl, let's just use circles. Carl plays it to Jonathan, but Jonathan and the sideline ref is even with the last defender. That way he can call offsides better. So, I don't know. This is Justin plays it to Jonathan. Jonathan's in front of the last defender, and he runs onto the ball and scores. That's not offsides because he is in front of the defender. So he's closer to the center line than the defender is, which makes him onside. Now, if Jonathan was over here, he would be offside since he's closer to the end line over here. This is the end line, than the last defender, which makes him offside. Now, that's the offside rule explained for dummies. Now, let's just redraw this real quick. Yeah. You go blah, center circle, center circle. Now, this is obviously not drawn to proportion because I'm not going to take that much time for you. And there you go. There it is. Now, since that is the circle, or whatever, since that is the field, this is what you have to do. So we covered offsides. Easy enough, right? Now, every time you score, you start from the center circle. You must play it forward for it to be legal. So the ball must move forward to be legal in the starting. Now, at the starting, all the players have to be outside the circle. If you're inside, that's a foul or whatever. That's an offense. It's cardable or whatever. But say you scored, you're coming back through the circle, and they play it while you're inside the circle. That's unintentional, blah, 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 blah. Now, if I'm a referee and you attack someone, per se, if you foul somebody, and I think it's super bad, there's yellow cards. Now, what a yellow card is, it's just, there's two different cards. A yellow card, which is just, don't do that, blah, 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 blah. Don't do that. That's your first warning. First warning, alright? Now, a red card is, get off the field, you're not allowed on the field, leave right now. So that's you're out. And mostly it's for that game, the rest of that game, and the next game, and if it's bad enough, the game after that. Now, just to help you guys out, if you get, I'm just gonna draw this real quick. If you get a yellow plus a yellow, that equals a red. So two yellows equal a red, and that's just as bad as a red. So a yellow and a yellow. Geez, I need to complete all this stuff, right? Let me just fix these boxes, that way we don't have that problem again. We just go a yellow and a yellow equal red. A red equals a red, so we don't really need a plus because you're already off the field. So in most competitions, a yellow plus a yellow equals a red. So that's just as bad. So two yellows is just as bad as a red. And yeah, two yellows just as bad as a red. A red. So it's not all the refs are so mean, because the refs. Now I'm kind of defending the refs here since I'm a ref. Uh, the refs, they have a difficult time per se if they're in the center and they're by themselves and they don't have any ARs, which are the people running up and down the sides that help call offsides. Now those people are ARs, assistant referees. Those help the main referee. Two yellows equal a red. A red is a red. Now, say I walk up to somebody and I punch them in the face. That's a straight red. But if I slide tackle somebody, which is just you slide into somebody to get the ball away from them. If I slide tackle into somebody, that's just a yellow. But if I go in from behind, that can be a yellow or a red. There's so many things. It's just there's so many more videos. This is just for dummies if you're absolutely dumb. Now, like always, subscribe, like, do all that stuff, yay, sub. Always subscribe to channels you like. There you go. Now I'll do this in real time, so if you hear clicking while I'm doing it, that means I'm drawing it on the screen, and if you hear me go quiet, that means I'm drawing it and thinking of what I'm going to draw. So don't, I don't. No, just yeah.